Hi, it's Tanya from My Forking Life, and I am back with another Ninja Foodie video. Alright, so today I am making not shrimp and grits, but fish and grits. I am a huge fan of grits, and I make grits a lot in my pressure cooker. I make it in the Instapot. I've made it in the Ninja Foodie, and I wanted to show you all what I do to make one of my favorite items and make it into a dinner item. So let's get started. So the first thing I do is I'm actually going to make my grits directly in the Ninja Foodie pot. So I'm going to add my liquids, which is 3 cups of chicken broth. Now this is low sodium chicken broth. You can use whatever type of chicken broth you like. I usually use low sodium in certain recipes, especially in my grits recipe, because I don't want it too salty. I do add salt anyways, but I don't know. I like it this way. So I've added my chicken broth. Now I'm going to add 1 cup of heavy cream. I'm going to add my grits. Now these are not the quick cooking grits. These are those, you know, the real grits that you got to cook longer. I mean, the other ones are real too, but these are stone ground grits. Add that in there. Oops. And I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt. Now, if I were you and you were trying this recipe for the first time, I would probably wait to add the salt. I just know I like the way it tastes with a teaspoon of salt, so I added in this part. But usually, oh, are you okay? Okay. Usually I add in the salt, or I'll say salt to taste. But for me, I know a teaspoon is good for me, especially with that low sodium chicken broth. And I'm also going to add some butter. If I can get the butter. This is about 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to whisk that together. Now, I'm sure you're probably wondering, why am I doing this in the pressure cooker rather than the stovetop? One of the reasons is because I can. But 2 is because I don't have to stand over a stove checking it. You're going to be amazed when you see how creamy these grits come out without me standing over and whisking it during the cooking cycle. So I feel like I've mixed it up enough. I'm going to get my pressure cooker cover for the Ninja Foodie. Let me grab that. My handy cover. I'm going to just drop that in here. See how easy that slides on? I love it. And then I'm going to make sure this valve over here is set to seal. So I am now in front of my Ninja Foodie. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And as you can see, these buttons have lit up because I have my pressure cooker top on. I'm going to go ahead and press pressure. High pressure is what I want to cook this on. And I'm going to set my time to 8 minutes. Once this timer goes off after I cook it for 8 minutes, I'm going to let it natural release for 10 minutes. As you can see, this right here is indicated that it is rising to pressure. This right here is just showing me that it's pressure cooking, I guess. And I'll be back whenever the timer goes off and then when it starts to natural release. Alrighty, so my timer went off and I didn't hear it because one thing about the Ninja Foodie is the beep is very light whenever the timer goes off. But as you can see, well, I can tell you what happened. Pretty much the little circle box stopped circling because the Ninja Foodie reached the right temperature, and then the timer went down to 0, the 8-minute timer I set, and now the timer is counting back up. Basically what this means is that my pressure is naturally releasing, and I'm going to let this do this for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to release the remaining pressure after 10 minutes has shown up. So I'll be back. Prepare my fish. First, I'm going to spray it with some vegetable oil. I'm going to use my handy dandy spray bottle. If you follow my blog, you'll probably hear me talk about this spray bottle a lot with my air fryer recipes. because it's awesome. I don't use commercial sprayers in any of my air fryers, and so I invested in a good spray bottle, and so I use it all the time. And I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle this tilapia with some blackened seasoned. This is actually a mixture that I mixed myself, but you can just use your favorite Cajun or blackened seasoned, whatever you like. Okay, that's a lot that I sprinkled over there. But I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I rub that all in the fish on both sides. And once I do that, I am going to return to my Ninja Foodi to finish the meal. So I'll be back. So as you can see, it's been 10 minutes of natural releasing. So I'm going to go ahead and release the pressure. Well, first I'm going to stop it. I release the pressure by turning that knob from seal to venting. And whenever that little red button there pops down, that's when I know it's done. So. All right, so my little thingy here popped down. So I'm going to go ahead and open my Ninja Foodi. Steam. Now, I know what you're thinking, that those grits look watery, blah, blah, blah. They're not. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it and stir it. And as you can see, they're nice and creamy. And they're thick, just like I like them. But I'm not done. You guys, I'm recording. So let me see if I can get closer than that. And you can always add more cream or liquid or whatever. You can play with your ratios. A lot of times for breakfast grits, I might add a little bit more heavy cream, but for dinner grits, I like them a little bit creamier, thicker, whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to finish this meal because I'm going to make it a truly one-pot meal. And I'm going to take a piece of foil, and I'm going to lay my fish on top of the foil. The reason I'm doing that is because, well, I just like my meat to be separated for when I serve it. So I'm just going to rest that foil there. This is good quality foil, I guess. I don't know. That's what my husband calls it. But I'm going to use that foil to kind of create a barrier between the grits and my fish. So I'm going to lay that fish. I should probably spray that first. No, whatever, it's fine. I'm going to lay that fish on top of this foil. I just got 2 pieces here. And as you can see, that's all I can really fit in here. And I am going to give it another quick spray over it. And I'm going to cook this. Ooh, my phone battery's dying. I'm going to cook this for 10 minutes on 400 degrees on the air frying high method. As you can see, these have lit up. I'm going to go ahead and press air crisp. It's already set to 390, but I'm going to go up to 400. And I'm going to adjust that time to 10 minutes. Now, this is, of course, going to depend on how thick your fillets are and all that other jazz. But it's tilapia. I'm going to start at 10. I may even start checking it at 8 just to see what it looks like. But that's how long I'm going to cook it for. And as you can see, this has popped up because it's on the air fryer function. And the great thing about the air fryer part is that I can always check on it while it's cooking. When I open the lid, it's going to stop the air frying and it'll keep the same time. So I'll be back. All right, if you hear that, then you know that the machine has just turned off after 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and open the lid. Oops, knock it over. All right, and I'm going to check to see if my fish is done just by, you know, I like to kind of dig in and see if it flakes easily. And it is. I don't want to mess too much because it's my husband's piece. And I want to take a picture of it. But as you can see, the fish flakes easily. Actually, I'm going to just go ahead and take that chunk. So we know our tilapia is done. 10 minutes at 400. Now these weren't thick pieces of tilapia. They weren't that thin either. They were just pretty much your average tilapia fish size. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this foil out, and I'm gonna put the grits in a bowl and top it with fish, and that is our dinner. Well, you know, I'll serve some veggies on the side, but there you have it. There's our version of fish and grits, blackened fish and grits. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, and so delicious. All right, until the next recipe.